You're probably spending way too much money on sunscreen. I'm going to de-influence you a little bit and I'm going to put you on the cheap stuff and I'm going to prove that it's just as good. And feel free to come back to this later because we're going deep. All right, there are tons of good sunscreens out there, but in the US and Canada, sunscreen is considered a drug, which means it needs a special manufacturing and regulatory process. And there just aren't that many compliant facilities across North America. And the vast majority, not all, there are exceptions, but the vast majority are going through a company called Impact. It's pretty much 100% of the small and medium brands and just the vast majority of the big brands. Because setting up a separate manufacturing facility just for sunscreens and going through all the regulatory processes, a headache and super expensive. By the way, this is for both chemical and mineral sunscreens, and it doesn't matter if it's a lotion, a spray, a powder, whatever. If it's sunscreen and it says SPF anything on the label, this is how it's going. Now, I want to talk about some of the differences between the sunscreens because you may say, my expensive one really does work better. It feels better. It smells better. Yeah, fragrance is one of the big differences. But a brand may differentiate its formula with things like added slip, viscosity, silicones, a little bit of shimmer, maybe a tint. But other than that, they're all pretty similar. I gave a concrete example a while back on my YouTube saying that the Sunbum Spray SPF sunscreen is the same as the Trader Joe's one. And you may have noticed that if you have both at home too. They feel and look the same and it's just the fragrance that's a little bit different. You know what's up. To go back to that Trader Joe's example, you will notice same spray trigger, same bottle shape, same cap, same pump. Everything is the same except for the fragrance and the price, because this one is $5.99. Another way you can tell is turning the bottle over and looking at the ingredients. Now, this is a very popular mashup of ingredients, but if they occur in the very same sequence, you know what's up. Why are the brands doing this? Why am I opening my big mouth? And why am I killing my chances of ever getting a sunscreen sponsorship? Because frankly, you should save your money. I do want to point out that if you're buying from the European or Asian markets, the rules and regulations there are very different and you may be getting unique formulas. The European or Asian formula being sold in the US or Canada still has to stick to those FDA rules, and you know what's happening then. Don't worry, I'm going to give you some really good and very affordable options now, but also I'm going to put a way bigger list in the next free weekly newsletter. That information is here. We already talked about that Trader Joe's formula being a dupe. I mean, exact dupe except for fragrance for Sunbum. Now, if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you or you just don't want to go out and you want to shop online, this is a good dupe, and don't worry, all the links are in the description, but this is a good one, SPF 50. You're gonna notice the packaging and the spray are exactly the same. If we've been friends for a while, you know I've spoken about this one before and I'm gonna do it again. It's about $6 or $7 per bottle. It is an excellent formula, zero white cast. You can layer your makeup over it. I love it. I've also spoken about this Korean formula a ton of times. I think it has a really nice finish. It won't irritate skin and you're not gonna break out. For about $13 a bottle, it rivals almost any expensive sunscreen on the market. You can fight me on that. One of my favorites, I've spoken about this so much, under 15 bucks a bottle. It is a Japanese formula. And before anyone says like, oh, Biorie's not Japanese. Yeah, Biore is Japanese. And if you've never tried it, I implore you, go try this. They also have a slightly shimmery version. I'm wearing it now. It doesn't come out shimmery. It just leaves your skin like a little bit dewy. Love it. 10 out of 10. And my bottle is almost done and I'm so sad, so I'm gonna buy more. And if you like a mineral formula, this is a stick, which means it goes in your carry-on, it goes in your purse, whatever you want. It's kind of like a deodorant stick. And it has a very, very sheer formula. I'm not sure how they do it, but it's excellent and very little white cast. It's also just easy to keep this one in your purse because it won't explode, and that's a plus. If you wanna go a little lighter on that SPF, this is SPF 30. It is a light, smooth, velvety formula. Feels great. It's very gender neutral and it's under 10 bucks. And finally, this one is a little more expensive. It is on sale right now. When are you seeing this, by the way? Drop it in the comments. This is SPF 45, but it is an oil formula. It's also meant to help you tan. I'm not sure how it does it, but it seems to do it. And it has a really delightful fragrance that is only found in much more expensive products. So to me, it's worth it. Wait, also this one is cheap and very good. Okay, this is getting longer than I expected it to be. I hope I saved you a bunch of money. I hope I de-influenced you a little. I know that's not what you're supposed to do on the internet, but like, seems like the right thing to do. Again, everything we spoke about is in the description here, but loads more in the newsletter.